Hello, Nick Jones here, the visually impaired personal trainer, coming today from the Lakeside Fitness Studio to bring you my new series, the Strengthen and Tone at Home. The format of these sessions are going to be visually impaired friendly. Apart from that, this is a lower body session today. Equipment wise, you're not actually going to need anything at all. However, you can add a weight. Obviously, the heavier the weight, the harder, the lighter the weight, the easier. Do 3 rounds per move. However, if you are new to exercise or newish to exercise, feel free to only do 1 or 2 of the rounds, and then in a spare round, do some jogging on the spot, some star jumps, or just go and have a drink and relax and breathe, okay? And then join back in when you feel you can. And if you do like the sound of that series, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Nick Jones PT, for more episodes like that. Apart from that, please read the disclaimer in the description box below. Then come join me outside and let's start the workout. Okay, let's just start getting the blood moving. Start swinging your arms side to side. We're just going to start this warm up nice and simply. Then swing the arms forwards and backwards. Just getting everything moving nice and slowly. Next, we're going to work on the back. So what we're going to do is keep your feet still and then just twist your shoulders, chest and arms round to kind of face to the right, then face to the left. Face to the right, face to the left. Next move, you're going to put the palms of your hands on the outside of your thighs and you're just going to slide down towards one knee, slide down towards the other knee. Again, just warming up that back, getting the upper body moving too. Even though it's a lower body workout today, just trying to get everything moving. Next up, some hip circles. So hands on your hips and then just draw some big circles with your hips. Get your back moving, the hips, the glutes. And switch directions.
Let's go.
Okay, so our next move is you're going to bring a knee up, then out, then hit a little squat, then do the other leg. Knee up, knee out, little squat. Other leg, knee up and out, little squat. Just to start getting these legs working, get them thinking about working, get the hips nice and loose. And slowly we're starting to lift the heart rate in this warm-up.
Halfway there.
And just keep it going. Next up, we're going to do a little reverse lunge with a twist. Okay, so you're going to stand near the front of your mat or wherever. You're going to take a large backward step, knee down towards the ground a little bit, and then you're going to twist. If your right knee is forward, twist to the right. If your left knee is forward, left twist. So step back, let that knee drop a little bit towards the floor. Nothing too deep just yet, as it is just the warm-up. Next up, we're going to do some walkouts. So go for feet together and then try and keep your legs nice and straight. Go down towards the floor, walk out into kind of press up position, then walk back in, lift your hands up towards the sky or ceiling. Remember, don't do the actual push up at the bottom, just do the walkout bit. This just kind of gets, we sort of warm up the hamstrings, but we also sort of get the whole body working. Next up, we're just going to hit some star jumps. These star jumps are also going to be your option. So when we get into the harder moves of the workout, if the third round is just too much for you, jump up, hit some star jumps just to burn a few extra calories, or a bit of jogging on the spot, or just grab a drink and join back in when you feel you can. Right, to start with, we're going to go hands and knees. And what you're going to do is you're just going to take your left leg out to the side. So from hands and knees, left leg out to the side. So just lift it up into the air. Don't let the knee come back down and touch the ground. So just take it as far out to the side as you can and up, then back down. This is working your glute med and min. Some kind of smaller muscles that are on the outside of the glute that basically are super important. But they are key in order to give us strength and stability in our knee, in our hip, and in our lower back. The better these muscles are firing, the better all of those structures will be.
10 seconds.
So apart from that, just follow that timer in the background, and that'll keep you on check for each round. Okay, rest there, 15 seconds, come off your hands, give your wrists a bit of a break. And then we're going to go back in, but we're going to do the other side. Okay, so we're going to go right leg out to the side. So I just sit back on my knees here, just to let my wrist come off the floor.
Let's go.
as we are going to do a fair few kickback variations. So what we're going to do with this lower body training session today is we're going to start with some glute activation. And again, this is super important in getting them in terms of firing. We want to get those glutes firing before we hit some of the harder leg moves.
Halfway there.
So they're doing their job, they're supporting the knee, they're supporting the hip, they're supporting the back. You can actually make this move a bit harder by adding a band sort of round just above your knees, but that'll come later. This session will be super tough without one.
Rest.
Little breather. We're going to go into round 2 of these. Same move again.
Let's go.
So just straight out to the side and just keep going. You start to feel this kind of quite burned by the end of the second set. We're just going to do 2 sets on the kickback variations, just to get the glutes firing and kind of slightly pre-exhaust them, and then we're going to hit some harder leg moves.
Halfway there. Seconds.
Excellent, so that's it, just keep it going. Just feel a bit of a burn in the outside of the glutes and finish there. Get off the wrists. So sit back towards your heels maybe, let your wrists breathe, take your hands off the floor. And then we're just going to finish off the other side.
Let's go.
And activated and slightly pre-exhausted. Then we're going to go into the meat of the glute max. Then we're going to hit some leg moves with some nice challenging options. And just remember, I like to set these sessions a little bit too tough.
Halfway there.
That's so there's always room for improvement. If you're finding a workout easy, chances are it's not doing you as much good as it could be.
10 seconds.
However, just remember those options. You can take more rest than is indicated, or the second and third round you can jump in to hit some jogging on the spot, or star jumps instead. Rest there. Okay, so next up, what we're going to do is exactly the same position, hands and knees, except this time you're going to kick straight back. So I want you to kind of kick back. They call these donkey kickbacks. So imagine you're exactly that. You're kicking back behind you, straightening the leg as you kick up, and you want that knee finishing slightly above your hip if you can. That helps activate the glute. Also, straightening the leg as you kick back forces the hamstring to relax, so we can keep it all in that glute max.
Halfway there.
But as you kick back, actively try and kind of tense your glute as you get to the top.
Seconds. Rest.
Okay, rest there. Come off your wrists again. So sit back to your ankles. Shake the wrists out, and let's go back into the kickbacks, but on the other leg now. Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go. So now kicking your right leg back. If you were doing your left leg before, and then kick up nice and high, straighten the leg as you kick back, squeeze your bum at the top. Let's get those glutes firing before we hit more of the quads and the harder movements.
Halfway there.
But yeah, so just really good for strengthening and toning the glutes. Also, we're doing kind of the same move and then doing multiple rounds on the same move, just so it's a little bit easier for my visually impaired friends to follow along. Rest there. Nice one. Get off the wrist, so sit back towards your ankles again, get off your wrist, shake out your wrists. And then we're just going to do one more each side, and then we're going to get into the meat of the workout. We're going to up the intensity. Okay, let's go, go, go. So left leg kicking back. So kick back, straighten the legs, squeeze the bum at the top, or whichever way around you're doing the kickbacks.
Halfway there.
And just keep it going. Right now, you should really be feeling like the glutes are alive right now. You should be really feeling it in there and feeling like they're working.
10 seconds.
If not, try and squeeze the glutes harder. And
Rest.
really concentrate on that muscle, get that mind-muscle connection. Relax there, just one side to go, and then we're gonna jump the intensity up.
Let's
Okay,
go.
here we go then. Back to the right leg, kick back, big squeeze of the bum. And then we're going to stick with the same format, but we're going to do 2 more leg moves from our feet, okay, from
Halfway
standing
there.
position. As we are just finishing off the glutes now, our kind of more main moves are coming up next. So just to pre-warn you, you can grab like a chair or like get
10
near a wall or
seconds.
something to help balance on before hitting this move. But it is just for balance. If you think you'll be okay, don't worry.
Rest.
Okay, so next up we are going to do our static lunge. So what you're going to do is a left leg nice and far forward, right leg nice and far back, and then what you're going to do is you're going to just drop your rear knee, so your right knee, down towards the floor. So you're just going to bend at the legs and drop that rear knee down towards the floor. So your right knee down towards the floor. I am touching the floor as I do it, but you don't have to do that depending on your fitness level or how your joints are. Only thing to note on this one is try not to let your left knee go over the tongue of your shoelaces. So you're not trying to go forwards and back on the lunge, you're trying to go
Halfway
straight
there.
up and down. So imagine your bum's kind of going backwards and down as you drop that rear knee down towards the floor.
10 seconds. Rest.
Now we're going to just switch the sides. So right leg nice and far forward, left leg nice and far back. So the trick is to get like a really long stride and then just bend the legs and bum goes backwards and down. Get that left knee down towards the floor
Let's
now.
go.
So here we go, straight up and down. And again, you can add weight to this. So you can either hold a weight in both hands or you can have 2 weights in each hand. As in 1 in each hand, not 2 weights in each hand, obviously. And just straight up and down, just feel the burn. It's quite a simple move this, but it's amazing how effective it is. And the
Halfway
pressure,
there.
the build up in the leg that you'll get as these rounds build. And this is going to give our toning and our shaping
10 seconds.
and our strengthening.
Rest.
So let's switch back for round 2. So again, left leg nice and far forward, right leg nice and far back, bum goes backwards and down, straight up and down towards the floor.
Let's go.
So again, you can get that rear knee touching the floor if you want, if you've got like a soft cushion underneath it or something. Like my mat I was using is quite squidgy, so it was okay for me to do so, but feel free to not touch the floor or only go as deep as you feel you can. Okay. So in order to strengthen and tone our legs, basically we need intensity of the workout. The intensity needs to be there. It needs to feel tough on that muscle. And intensity is not just about adding weight. There's
10
many
seconds.
other ways you can increase intensity. More repetitions, less rest time, more time under tension. And that's exactly what we're doing this. I'm trying to use as little equipment as possible to create the maximum amount of intensity in the muscle. That's it, so we're resting, we're going to switch the sides, right leg forward, left leg back, straight up and down, and just keep an eye on that front knee, make sure it doesn't go too far forward.
Let's go.
straight up and down. So you kind of want to be going straight up and down rather than forwards and backwards on this one. So if you feel that knee traveling forward over your front toe, you want to kind of change the angle. Make sure the bum's going backwards and down as you go down. So we're going to finish off round 2. So again, remember your options. If that's gotten quite intense for you and you don't think you're up to the 3rd round, or you're still new to exercise, that's absolutely fine. On this 3rd round that's coming up next, just hit some of those star jumps or some jogging on the spot, or feel free to have a quick swig of water or something and just relax for a bit.
Rest.
As I want to include that 3rd round, so there's always that room to improve. Okay. So let's rest there. So let's hit that 3rd round. Again, hit the 3rd round if you're feeling up to it. If you're brand new to it, maybe just stick with the 2 rounds and then build yourself up to a 3rd round. Let's go, go, go. Left leg forward, right leg back, straight up and down. Okay, so now this 3rd round, you should be getting some real pressure in that leg. Quads should be screaming. And that's what we want. We want that intensity in the muscle. That's what's going to strengthen, that's what's going to tone. And just keep going. Just grit your teeth and try and get through it.
10 seconds.
Three, two, one. Rest. Here we go. 3rd round with the right leg forward, left leg back. Let's burn up those legs. A lunge pulse.
Let's go.
And that's it. Let's go, go, go. And remember, so what you want to do with this is you want to kind of listen to your body with these workouts, okay? So let's say you do the workout today and you did all 3 rounds and you ache for kind of 1 to 2 days. That's perfect. That's what we're after. If you ache for kind of 5 or 6 days, what you want to do is make sure you don't do as much next time. But if you don't ache at all, maybe add some weights and make it that little bit tougher for you. So that's what you want to do. Just listen to your body, go on what your body's telling you, and that's what you're after. You're after about a 1 to 2 day ache. Just a kind of feeling that you know you've done something, but not detrimental. Rest there. Okay, so next up, we're going to do the final move of our set. It's pretty much the same. Left leg forward, right leg back, but then go down to near the bottom of the lunge, and you're going to hold it. Okay, so you're going to hold. I want those sort of hairs of your knees scraping the floor, if you can, obviously. And you're just going to hold that bottom position. Just see how long you can hold it. If you need breaks and you need to come up and have a breather, that's absolutely fine. But just do what you can. I think in this 1st round, I was really feeling the pressure in my legs. I did have a couple of breaks.
Halfway there.
But then on the 2nd round, I had a few words with myself. Decided to grit my teeth. And remember, it was going out across the internet, so I had to look good. That's it. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Shake it out. And then you're going to switch the leg. So you're now going to go right leg forward, left leg back, and you're going to go down and hold. See how long you can hold it for. So again, this is going to be our final move of our strength and tone for the lower body. So what I'm doing is I'm dropping my knee down till I feel it touch the floor, then lifting up slightly so I know I'm just above the floor. My legs are really screaming at this point, and like I said, I was really feeling it. Then at the end of this 1st round, after doing both sides, I suddenly realised this was going on the channel.
Halfway there.
So I decided to dig in a bit harder. But that's it. If you are needing pauses, that's absolutely fine. Just do what you can in the time. So rest there. And here we go. Final 2 rounds. So here we go then. Back to left leg forward, right leg back. Round number 2. Go all the way down to the floor. And then just go just above it with the rear knee. and then hold that bottom position. So it's a super tough move, this one. Super simple move. Whoever would have thought this would be so hard, this move. But whatever your goal is, this is what it's going to do. Is feeling that intensity in the muscle
Halfway there.
is either going to just tone your legs for aesthetic reasons, or it's going to strengthen your legs for your sports or whatever you do.
10 seconds.
But again, remember, you can feel free to use something to balance on if you like. If not, try and keep your sort of eyes fixed in one position.
Rest.
Okay, let's go round 2 on the other side. So right leg forward, left leg back. Get ready to go down and hold. So as we finish off round 2, just remember with this series, if you did like this episode or you found it challenging and you want to see more workouts like it with different moves, feel free to subscribe to the channel and check out the rest of this playlist. And not only that, I've separated each workout into kind of lower, then a separate one for upper, and then a separate one for abs. If you've got loads of time, if you've got like about 45 minutes, an hour, feel free to do the full body strengthening and toning. So one episode on lower, one on upper, and then followed by one on abs. Or you feel free to kind of mix and match the sessions. So you can turn it into a bit of an LBT class by just doing lower and abs. Up to you. Rest there. Right, let's go into the third and final round on the final movement. Left leg forward, right leg nice and far back. You're just going to go down and hold. Let's go. So here we are then, down and hold. So for the last time with the left leg forward, your legs should be really burning now. And again, just remember, I deliberately set these workouts too hard, so there's always that room for improvement.
Halfway there.
Because if you're finding it tough, it means you're getting fitter, stronger, and healthier. If you're finding it easy, if you're finding a workout easy, you know, basically you're not getting the most bang for your buck. Last 5 seconds. Rest there. Shake it all out. Final move. We'll go right leg forward, left leg back, down and hold. Big push to the finish. So here we go then. Legs should be on fire. Okay, and then just remember, listen to your body after the session. You're aiming for that kind of 1 to 2 day ache, just so you feel like you've done something, but you don't want it to be so sore you can't go up and down the stairs.
Halfway there.
And this is why this third round is almost included as like an extra. For once you get too strong at kind of 2 rounds, or you start to find 2 rounds kind of easier, then it's a case of here's the third round. If you do eventually get to the point where like the third round is not too bad, again, then add weight. So there's always options, so we can always be improving. Rest there, all done. Let's hit some stretches. We are going to start off with a quad stretch. So you're going to go on the floor, lie on your right hand side, grab your left ankle, pull your left heel up to your bum, push your hip nice and far forward. I get a nice big stretch down the front of the leg in the quad muscle. And just hold it there. It's just a bit easier to lie on your side. It's easier to balance as you hit the stretch. You can hit it standing if you want, but I prefer doing it on my side. So it's just a bit easier to balance. You can kind of concentrate on the stretch. Over to the other side, other quad stretch. So just roll onto the other side, grab your right ankle, right heel up towards the bum, push the hip forward, nice big stretch of your quad. So hope you enjoyed the session today, and again feel free to run over and do an ab session to turn it into kind of a LBT class, or do that and the upper. The upper and the ab videos aren't as long as the leg ones, as we have to kind of do each leg individually, or there will be some other episodes for lower body. Next up, we're going to stretch a little bit of lower back as well as your hips and glutes. So you're going to sit on your bum, cross your legs, Walk your hands out nice and far, keeping your chest up nice and tall, and try and push those knees down towards the floor. If your knees are really high up in the air and you're struggling to get your hands down on the floor, it means your hips are really tight, so it's a really good stretch to work on. It's quite an easy one to hit, just say watching the telly or something, but the better you get at that stretch, the better your hips and lower back will be. Okay, so now we'll just switch the legs over. So same exact stretch, but just switch your legs over. So we're kind of hitting both hips equally. And yeah, apart from that, just try and walk out lower and lower as you stretch. Just hamstrings to go next. So what you're going to do from this position is you're going to untuck one leg, straighten it out at kind of a 45-degree angle away from your body, and then just reach down towards your toes.
Halfway there.
Don't worry if you can't get to your toes, it's absolutely fine. The most important thing is you keep your chest up nice and tall as you lean over towards that toe. Even if you're just holding midway down your shin, that's absolutely fine.
10 seconds.
If you can though, get a second hand across and take the stretch as deep as you feel you can. Making sure that knee stays on the floor though, okay? It's all well and good reaching for the toe, but if your knee's up in the air and your legs bent, slightly cheating on the stretch. So let's switch the sides, over to the other side, hang off the toe if you can. If not, just hang off your kind of front foot and just chest up tall and lean towards your other foot. And then we'll call it a day there. Okay, so that's going to be a wrap for us. If you did enjoy that today, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps support me. Check out some of the other episodes. There's going to be some other lower episodes with different moves, and there's also obviously there's going to be upper strengthening and toning and ab strengthening and toning. Apart from that, thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video.